Alrighty guys, who's ready for another amazing coaster review? This is of the new for 2018 roller coaster at Walt Disney World. This is Slinky Dog Dash at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This is a Mack Rides launch coaster and I'm going to be reviewing this. But first, let's start with the stats. So it was manufactured by Mack Rides, opened on June 30th, 2018, has a top speed of 40 miles per hour and a duration of 2 minutes. Not really many stats, but it's a brand new ride, so don't go expecting many stats. So this is a brand new roller coaster that just opened up, and this coaster was a little bit tough to get on because I'm not a Disney pass holder, and so it's gonna be really difficult for me to get on. But this is one of those coasters I just wanted to ride just so I could get the credit and just say I've ridden it. And I wasn't expecting much out of this coaster, but I gotta say I liked it. It was definitely a good roller coaster. There was some flaws with it, but I mean, it's not gonna be like anything super thrilling or anything. It's not gonna be like Blue Fire at Europa Park or anything like that, or even a new Copperhead Strike going to Carowinds in 2019. It won't be anything like that, but I mean, it's really like a great ride for the families. It's definitely there's good hang time, and it's definitely like a nice long ride. And plus, the theming is really well done. Like you've got all the toys spread out throughout the entire ride, and the cars like a Slinky Dog. It's just so cool. And plus, I didn't find there to be any rattle or anything. It was insanely smooth. So definitely a thumbs up for that. Now, one thing I wasn't too crazy about was that it wasn't very intense. But again, this is definitely for the family, so it's not going to be anything intense. But I wasn't expecting it to be this super intense ride, which is what I got, which is not a very forceful ride. So that's something I'm kind of like, eh. But this is definitely here's what I think of this coaster. This is a great roller coaster for the young kids who haven't experienced any launches yet. If you're someone who hasn't ridden any launch coasters yet and are a little nervous, I'd say this is a great start. Now, my first launch coaster was Rock and Roller Coaster, which was in the same park. That was because I'm a lot older, and this thing wasn't even built when I rode Rock and Roller Coaster. So even though I've ridden it a lot of times, but yeah, I'd say this is probably the better choice for young kids who haven't experienced any launches yet. This is a good option. Rock and Roller Coaster is still a good option, but I think this is the more tame experience. And yeah, one thing I'll say is I was kind of expecting it to be Seven Dwarfs at one point. I was thinking oh, it won't be that good. It'll be like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's too tame. I think this is far superior to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I was kind of losing hope on Disney when Seven Dwarfs was added because that ride, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, is very tame. I'm just not really the biggest fan of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I think that's a fine ride and all, but that's just a little too tame. This is not the tamest ride. This ride is actually pretty fun, but yeah, I would definitely for a launch coaster over Mine Train any day. So let's get to the ride real quick. So you go up through a bridge to get to the entrance, and the entrance and the queue line is really neatly laid out. Now I did go into Fast Pass line, so I did get to see any of the queue line details. But from what I've seen in videos and stuff, there's roller coaster track. It's a Mack Rides roller coaster track right here, and then there's Slinky Dog entrance, and then you've got a whole paper layout or something like that. There's some really nice details to it. And then you get into the car. It's kind of like that Mack Rides. You got the Mack Rides restraints. So then you exit the station, and then you make this right dip, and then you go into the first launch. And I gotta say, this was probably, I think I preferred this launch over the second launch. So yeah, so you launch up. I'm not sure if you hit 40 miles per hour there or not. I think you hit towards the second launch, but I honestly don't know. So you go up the first launch, and then you kind of crawl up through a little turn, and then go kind of drop down it's like a curve drop. I gotta say, it's looked a lot bigger than I thought it would be. So I was kind of surprised. I didn't think that would be the case. So then you go through a little airtime hump, which you didn't get much airtime, and then you go through a little helix, nice little helix. You kind of go around Rex and Under Jesse or something like that. I don't know. But like, and you also, of course, you go around the Jenga set as well. I thought that was pretty funny. Then you go through two little bunny hops into a right turn, and then you start to crawl to a stop. You stop for a little bit, you kind of go backwards, and this is the most iconic part of the ride because it has like all the goes and stuff, and then you just launch again. I think this is where you hit the 40 miles per hour, and then after the launch is probably the most disappointing part of the entire ride. So after the second launch, you go through this airtime hill, and I was expecting there to be just a little bit of airtime. Not too many, because I saw the POVs, and yeah, I was thinking there won't be much airtime. But I honestly did not get any airtime at all. That was the most disappointing part of the entire ride. I was honestly really disappointed by that. Because I found there to be a little bit of airtime for the rest of the ride. Not that much airtime, but just a little bit. But this was just plain nothing. So I was a little underwhelmed by that. I will say. It definitely, it crawls through that element. You're basically crawling through it. So it's not very fast at all. So you go through that element, then you go through these little like buddy hops. Like I said, this was the funniest part of the whole ride. It's like, you're like, woo, woo, woo. It's a pretty cool ride, like pretty cool part of the ride. So yeah, I enjoyed that part. And then afterwards you go through a left turn, and then I think this is where they take your picture or something like that. Make a right turn, and then afterwards you go into the final brake run, and while you're waiting, because you're kind of on a block section, while you're waiting to exit, you'll see Wheezy sing "You've Got a Friend in Me." You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Okay. Sorry, my singing is bad, I know, but like, I just wanted to do that for a minute. Like, yeah, so like, you'll see Wheezy singing that song. So then afterwards, you go into the station, and you exit to your right, and that ends your Slinky Dog Dash experience. So overall, what do I think of Slinky Dog Dash? I think it's definitely a great coaster for the families. It is definitely a good ride. Is it anything to note? Well, no, it's not anything to write home about, but it is a good ride, and that's why for its overall score, I'm going to be giving it a 7 out of 10, because it is a good ride. It's good. It's definitely a coaster I would definitely ride again. And I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's definitely a good one for the entire families. I gotta say, of all the coasters of Walt Disney World, I'd put this as the 4th best coaster. Definitely for over Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, even Thunder Mountain. It definitely over Pirates World. But I wouldn't say Slinky Dog Dash is quite as good as Space Mountain, Rock and Roller Coaster, or Expedition Everest. So those are just some of my thoughts on Slinky Dog Dash. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future. Don't forget to also comment down below what are your thoughts on this coaster. Also, don't forget to check out social media link, which will be in the description below. I will see you guys next time. Have a theme-tacular day.